available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center, hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, there's no missing. It's something like fish in a barrel, it's no different. Blindfold on me, I still got the most vision. Trendsetter told them before, but they don't listen. Better, bring a better bad because I'm bigger, better. Solo, single, selling several shows out every single second. Peter Piper, pick the pack of pickle peppers. I came across the competition, hope they get the message. Look, living it fast, getting my M in the bag. I never go slow, thinking I'll crash. Ain't everything in the past, they know I won't though. Big fish catching me, they gon' need a bigger boat. Ironic how the world stops when I spin a globe. Always showing up. Last year's song still holding up. See the name now and they know what's up. Price at the top and it's going up. I'm a trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, they don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center. Hit it dead center. Yeah, trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, they don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center. Hit it dead center. B.O.D. Get the spell check or fact check and prevent errors going up. See the band level, jalapeno hot, y'all just red peppers. All y'all copy copies, but I'm left center. Yeah. And your shorty glitching on me like a text center. Hit it with a French tenor. Crazy wait until I do the next record. I leave pen seven. I don't need to hit the bench level. But if I do, I'm PR to the next level. Condo flights to Luke dancing. Already know who you people fans. So call me Big Daddy in a big body wrangler. Call me Big Daddy Adam Sandler. Bullseye, aiming for a cottage with a poolside. Full size. Always showing up. Last year's song still holding up. See the name now and they know what's up. Price at the top and it's going up. I'm a trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center. Hit it dead center.
Oh, don't act like it wasn't worth the wait. It always is. Hopefully for Maginn's sake, since this is his mix, there's something really good in there. It was more miscommunication than anything, I think. But I hope y'all are doing great tonight. I have been up. I slept 2 hours last night, and I have been up since 5 a.m. manning a yard sale all day. Which I love yard sales. I grew up going to yard sales. Like, that was how I told my kids. That's how I got toys. Like, we didn't go to Walmart for toys. If we got toys, we got them from yard sales. So, I love them. I manned it today myself. Well, with the help of mother-in-law and some friends that popped over. That being said, it brings a dynamic. Like, a yard sale brings a dynamic. And a dynamic was in full force today. So, although I've had a few, and I'm excited to be with you tonight. It is midnight. You used to like to break late, Zach. And Zach, I got to tell you this right now. If McCarthy, if you are this frustrated just getting started with a break, don't even watch a Bears game this year. Because you're going to have a lot more frustrating moments with Caleb Williams under center. And I feel bad I'm insulted. Like, I don't want to get Chris upset. But I do think there's going to be a lot of pressure on that dude. And so I just feel like you should maybe get used to like a little bit like, come on. Maybe. Keon Coleman is the best rookie in the draft. I'll tell you why in a minute. I was robbed by a little old lady on a motorized cart, and I didn't even see it coming. Today, little old lady shows up at the yard sale. Are you ready for this? She goes... We have some Bills stuff out. Good luck, everybody. Thank you for being patient. Thank you. Oh, I'm so drunk. It's been a long... I'm more tired than drunk, Chris. I'm exhausted. I have not slept. So I'm more tired than drunk. But yeah, I'm a little both. So anyhow, this little old lady comes up to the yard sale. And she grabs a bunch of my kids' Bills stuff. And I go, I got to ask you, are you just buying like kids' clothing? Or are you a Bills fan? And she goes, well, no, I'm not, but my grandkids, their parents are Bills fans, and this will be perfect for them. And I said, oh, that's awesome. I'm a season ticket holder. I'm a huge Bills fan. She goes, I gotta tell you something. She goes, that Keon Coleman is the coolest player ever. She goes, I think he makes me want to be a Bills fan. What up, Zach? Zay Flowers, 5 out of 20. So close for the Ravens. Zach, you almost got 420 credit. She goes, that Keon Coleman, she goes, I go, who's your team? She goes, Philadelphia Eagles, but I think I'm going to be a Bills fan. I'm like, that's all it takes is some dude talking about cookies and Macy's sales. She goes, he is just my wife's in love with this dude. My wife's like, this is my new favorite Bills player ever. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, bet. I get it. Rocco Becht. So that's why I say that Keon Coleman, he may not be the most talented. He may not be the best pick. But he is the winner of the draft because he has won over Bills Mafia. And he's already, like, I'm sure you've seen his videos. Have you seen the Keon Coleman? I mean, this is going to be a random here, Rocco Becht. Tyler Van Dyke. Who doesn't love a good Dyke? There you go. 10 out of 30. It's May. It's going to be May. It's May 2nd already? When did May 1st fucking leave? I missed May 1st, dude. Oh, we didn't break last night, did we? Dang it. You guys, listen, man. My schedule relies on you guys. When we don't break, I lose days. Tyler Van Dyke is going to be a random. Bills don't boo players, really. Honestly, they don't. They didn't even boo like Diggs when he dropped the ball in the playoff game. They didn't. They don't. They are a very supportive community. I wish they were a little harder like Philly fans. Pierre Strong Jr., 5 of 5. No, May Cinco de Mayo is coming up soon, Zach. Yeah, really, like, the Bills are actually a really, like, almost too encouraging of a community, a fan base. I'm like, guys, like, he sucks. Let's just be a little hard on him. I'm not saying you have to, like, throw cans of, like, frozen cans of beer at him, but like maybe you should boo a dude every now and then. This goes out to Cleveland. There you go, John Stevener. Are you a Star Wars fan, Zach? I guess that means we have to do Star Wars breaks, right? Jerion Ely, 20 out of 20. I mean, the worst Bills fans have done is thrown dildos at Tom Brady. That's about as violent as they get. And I think that was awesome. I mean, I wish I would have thrown a dildo at Tom Brady. Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe they'll start throwing them at Patrick Mahomes soon. I don't know. And Breece Hall, 2 of 5 for the Jets. Going out to Don Wiley. That's a sharp card. Milk drunk. Dude, that looks awesome. You did a great job on that, Zach. You really did. Zach, feel free to share those pictures. Now, did you create that all on your own, design that, like build it, or was it something you designed, had someone build? What up, Slam? You're still up, dude? You're like me, burning it on both ends, dude. Well, we were going to have Cinco de Mayo. My plan was, Zach, I know you're doing the, let's save Wild Chrome for last. Let's do Phoenix next. I know, I lost my train of thought. Where's Purdy? He's in the Wild Chrome box. All right, let me back up a little bit. First of all, Fields as a returner. Explain. What was the context? Like, we're going to use him as special teams? The fuck out of here. He needs to just be like, no. He needs to say no. What he needs to do is be like, give me one of those Guardian caps. And the whole return process changes this year, right? Well, Zach, that's great work, man. I mean that. Like, that looks really good. The whole return process is different this year, right? Like, they're doing it like the XFL or the UFL, right? Joe Burrow numbered out of 199 and a Stroud rookie rising silver. I don't know how I feel about that whole return thing. I mean, I'm all right with it. I watched some of the ways they used to do it. I don't remember that ever happening because I didn't watch those games. But it seems... Oh, there's something in this. It seems as though it's a well-received rule change. I don't... How do you guys feel about the Guardian caps being allowed to be worn in games? I'm under the impression of like either make them all wear them or don't. And I think they know. I was talking about this, again, yard sale conversations. This is what I love about yard sales. People have to hang out and talk to you. We were talking about it, and I said, I think what's going to happen is they're going to get someone like Mahomes or Kelsey or Allen. You know, I'm just a very big name player to wear one, and then it will be like acceptable. But I just think that players need to be like, no, we're not wearing these. Out of 125, Kendre Miller, rookie, and Justin Jefferson playing with fire. You need 2 good kick returners. Well, and that's done. Then you know what? On that note, maybe Fields isn't a bad idea, but like, why? You're telling me he's electric. He's an electric player. But I think part of his elusiveness and his electricity comes from the shotgun formation and out of the pocket, his ability to be a playmaker. I mean, he's that athletic. It shouldn't matter, I guess. Yaya Diaby out of 175, rookie for the Bucks. I miss opening this stuff. Maginn, I appreciate you reminding us that there is licensed product, and I do like it. It's expensive. It's over $500 a box, so it takes a while to fill. Well, Najee's not really getting the boot. They're just not like picking up his option, right? So this is his last year there, but Fields is only on what, like a 2-year contract, right? Bosa out of 175, or is this the last year? This is the last year of Fields' contract, right? So like they have the option. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me. Like you Bears fans, there's enough of you in here. What's the deal with Fields? Like that was part of why the Bears got rid of him, is they didn't want to re-sign him. My understanding is that the Steelers haven't offered him any type of contract extension or anything, right? So it's like they start close so that they don't get as much speed. I think what happens is, if I saw it correctly, they line up fairly close to the blocking line for the receiving team, and they only have to run like 30, 40 yards, but they can't start running until the receiver catches the ball. It seems like a benefit for the offense. It's going to be so interesting to see. Jonathan Mingo out of 199, dual relic at the Carolina Panthers. Nice card. JCH with the JM. Jonathan Mingo to John Carter. His stop and goes, look, I mean, the dude, that's what blows my mind. Even if he's not, everyone's like, oh, it's a running back, another running back quarter. Whatever. The dude is electric. Justin Fields is fun to watch. You know what else he's fun? To have on your fantasy team when he's playing well. No, but he is. Like, he's electric. The guy is different. And I know that, like, he doesn't meet the metrics of the modern, like, I should say the classic quarterback, but he is special. Everyone's like, oh, Robert Griffin. And, like, I think Justin Fields is better. I'm going to make enemies here. I think he's better than Lamar Jackson. I do. I've watched him play enough, I feel like, and I've watched Lamar play a lot because he's played against the Bills a bit. I think Justin Fields is better than Lamar Jackson. I think he was put on a shitty team that was starting to get their shit together, and then they just said, and I don't blame the Bears. The Bears did it right. They have brought Caleb Williams into the best setup that any first round quarterback has ever fallen into. Per Pro Football Focus metrics, there is never, and again, to Chris's point the other day, well, normally it's because a shitty team gets the first pick. They got the Panthers pick, and they got the better. At first, that trade was weird, and now it's like it all made sense. The Bears front office deserves a little bit of credit for their foresight in that trade. Mac Jones is going to be out of 125, and Mark Andrews. What up, Rob? How do you guys feel? Like, I don't know how many Lamar fans are out there. And I'm not saying Lamar's bad. I think they're both electric. But who would you rather have on your team? Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields? I would say that Lamar Jackson has been given the opportunity to have talent around him. At least an offensive line. At least Lamar Jackson had like an offensive line. They probably had similar receiver and running back talents. But at least Lamar had an offensive line. Justin Fields wasn't even given that benefit. Julius Brent's out of 75, rookie for the Colts. So I see what you're saying, Rob. I think he may not be as accurate, but I think he's able to throw the ball and to move a little bit better than Lamar. Lamar has a strong arm, and he's fun to watch. He has a pretty ball, but I think Fields is able to make things happen on the move a little bit more than Lamar. Out of 75, Jahmyr Gibbs, Fire Fabric, Tyreek Stevenson. It ain't gonna matter. Mahomes is winning his third Super Bowl. The Bills suck. They're not going to win a game. They traded. I'm being a little just if you didn't catch on. This is a Corey Kelly sarcasm moment. The Bills are awful. They ruined their draft by trading the sprinter to the Chiefs, and now everyone hates the Bills because they gave the Chiefs their next Tyreek Hill, who, by the way, had 4 kids last year. Are we just not going to talk about the fact that Tyreek Hill had 4 kids last year with 4 baby mamas? That's a lot of work. Look, I'm married. I'm not saying it wouldn't be fun, but one woman is enough. 4. He's got 4 baby mamas over the last year. That sounds... Oh, who's got the Giants? Matt Maginn, you got a 420 card. Smoke weed every day. I did. Maybe. Look it up, Zach. I swear to God. He's like, it's not hiding it. He's also admitted he wants to be a porn star when he's out of the NFL. You know, Don, Bengals, I haven't really followed a lot with what they've done behind the scenes. The Bills are kind of the same way. If you haven't followed the Bills and seen all the moves, I can see how you might be like, oh, the Bills are going to, like, they've ruined their team. I have never been more confident since Josh Allen came to the Bills that the Bills have a shot to go to the Super Bowl. Never, like, and I'm honest always, every year, I'm like, I don't like the hype on us. I don't like, I love it this year. I think teams, and I'm glad no one's jumping on it. I've truthfully never been more excited for a season since Josh Allen has been our quarterback. And did you guys see we signed Hunter Renfrow? He is our Wes Welker. Like, Renfrow is like the same spec as Wes Welker, and that's what we were missing. That third and short guy. You need 3rd and 4. Little dinker over the middle, dude. Renfro's there. Will Anderson, that is out of 150. That looks sharp. That was a good looking card. The Cheetah XXX. 4 kids in a year. Think about I said he's going to be broke. There's no way because they're going to get child support, right? Like, he admitted that they're his. DK Metcalf. He's going to be broke. That's a lot of money. Zach, who are you talking about? Renfrow or Hyatt that we pulled? Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G, 3 out of 25. Where is Maginn? He wanted this mix. He ain't even in here. Maginn, where are you at? That green is nice. Out of 25. Yeah, Renfrow. When I saw that today, I was like, wait, did we really get Renfrow? Because apparently he was going to rejoin, as of March, the report was he was going to rejoin. Did Jimmy G go to the Saints? Jimmy G's on the Saints? He was going to rejoin Jimmy G on the Saints. And then I saw that report and I messaged first I had to look up Hunter Renfrow to make sure. I wanted to read a little bit more about him. And they call him like the 3rd down and short guy. Something 3rd and something guy. And so I was like, I looked at his pictures, and I've seen him play a little bit, but I don't watch a lot. I haven't watched a lot of Raiders games. So I looked up his specs. I'm like, man, that sounds a lot like Wes Welker. And they really are a cool comparison. And I always said that was like Brady's dude. Now, I'm certainly not comparing Josh Allen to Tom Brady. They're very different quarterbacks. Yeah, we got a 101 fractal, baby. So who would you compare him to as a receiver? And I'm asking Don because I don't know much about him. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing not to compare him. He could be his own. That's the question they asked Keon Coleman. They asked Keon Coleman, who would you say you're most like as a receiver? He's like, man, I don't like to do that. He goes, I like a lot of them, and I try to take, I like to take the best of each of them and try to be that. I was like, that's cool. I like that. Michigan, 101 out of the 25 pack. Daniel Barker. It's a NIL, unless he got drafted. Let me double check, because we would go to that now that we had the draft. It looks like he's going back to Michigan. I'm just going to confirm. Michigan State, he entered the draft but did not get drafted? Oh, he took his name out of the NFL draft and he's going to return. He declared for the draft and then withdrew. It looks like he's going back to Michigan State. So 101 will get random at the end. An older... How is he an older Beasley? Beasley's like fucking 40. You mean a younger Beasley? Handful of rings, give or take, what, 6 or 7? 2 or 3 or 6 or 7 maybe. Carson Beck, 1 of 5. Ooh, we haven't had an NIL box like this out of the old wild card. It's been a while since we've seen some NIL names like this. Now, Bo Nix and Caleb Williams, but we haven't seen these. Daniel Barker, Carson Beck. So you, Chris and Don, you're saying you don't like Renfro? Anthony Johnson's going to go to the Green Bay Packers at a 25. I think Hunter Renfro is like really young, right? He's 28. So how many years has he been in the league? He's only been in the league. He was drafted in 19, so 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 5 years in the league. He only had 1,000-yard season. Here, I'll bring it over so you guys can see. So in 19 in Oakland, he started 4 games. He had 49 receptions with 605, then 56 receptions for 656. Then in 21, he had the 103 receptions for 1,000, but that was his big year, 9 TDs. He is one of 6 children. His dad's Tyreek Hill. Anthony Johnson. Carson Beck over Sanders. So, Chris, this is a conversation that my dad's been having too, because he really likes Mac Hollins. You know, the old Eagles and Falcons dude, Mac Hollins. We got Mac Hollins. We have KJ Hamler. We have Hunter Renfro. You know, obviously we picked up like Curtis Samuel. And we have like 9 different receivers now. These like scraggly guys. You know, these like throwaway guys. And we were talking who's going to go first. And I said, I think Mac Hollins goes. I think we use Renfro as a 3rd and short guy. Sam Laporta, 10 out of 10. Detroit Lions. There you go, Robert. 2 left, including our 101. Deontay Johnson. The Giants. 6 out of 10. New York Giants going out to Maginn. He's not even his dad's favorite. Dude, my dad does not. My dad's like, you know who my dad's in love with? Matt Collins. All right, Slam. Who do you got? Slam's got the Niners, the Bucks, and the Bills. You ain't gonna like it. It's a good card. It's a 1-1, and it's of the Green Bay Packers. Jaden Reed, and he hates. Slam hates the Packers. So it's salt on a wound. From the mini spot, Nick D 1-1 with the Jaden Reed. Don't go anywhere, Slam. You can win the Carson Beck or the Daniel Baker or the Van Dyke or the Rocco Beck. So don't go anywhere. So can you guys just... I did this mix as a request to Matt Maginn. I love licensed stuff. I do. But there's a reason I put the mixers that I put together for a reason. Just trust me. We have been killing mixers. We've been killing the mixers. Dude, we have pulled multiple Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud, JJ McCarthy's. I promise. I want you guys to hit good cards. I don't like pulling you guys stuff that I don't want you. Like, I want to pull you guys good shit. I promise. It means a lot to me when we do that. Just trust me. All right, let's recap and then we'll give away some credits. Slam, it ain't personal, man. Like, I swear I don't pack the boxes. Now, when I do the repack, Slam, if you don't hit, you can be like, man, you packed this shit awful. And I'll be like, all right, well, I am a little to blame for this because I could have, like, rolled the dice differently or put different cards in that box. It's personal. Don't get your... As long as you can hate me, but don't let your daughter hate me. She's still sweet. You're tainted. But your daughter's sweet. Don't let her hate me. In the works since 2019. Don't worry, Zach. I'm upside down and it's so bad it hurts me more than it hurts you. All right, I'm going to chug this beer and then ignore Zach's comment and then hope Caleb Williams has 68 sacks against him this year. It is, no, for real though, Caleb Williams is exciting because he's going to set all the Bears rookie records for quarterback, including how many times a quarterback got sacked in his rookie season. I believe that. I believe he will break all the records, passing yards, touchdowns for Bears rookies, not all rookies. And I believe he is going to dominate the sacks record. Dude's going to maybe get sacked 100 times. On my podcast, I'll do it. I'll tag you in it. I love you guys. I really was upset we didn't get the rip yesterday. I missed you guys a lot. I thought about you today when I was doing the yard sale. I talked cards with people. We had cards set out. Obviously, I talked football with some guys I told you about. You bring the stickers? Thank God. I've been waiting for them forever, dude. Will Anderson out of 150. Julius Brents out of 75. Are you the one that has them? They have not showed up yet. Can you please bring them over? Mac Jones out of 125. Gabe Davis color burst. Yaya Diaby out of 175. Kendre Miller out of 125. Joe Burrow out of 199. And CJ Stroud. That's a nice card. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. And also, thank you for chatting. It's nice to have some chatter going on in here. I'm going to... We pulled down that basketball, by the way, and I'm just going to post 2 boxes of Recon tomorrow. I also have a baseball mixer going up. I don't know what I'm going to do for football now. I got to go back to square one. Jimmy Garoppolo out of 25. 3 out of 25. He's the soundboard, too? Dude, that guy's so talented. He built a sandbox on his deck, and he has... He programmed soundboards. I need the skills, man. You guys, I need that talent in my life. I'm out here just like selling dollar clothes at yard sales. Y'all are doing it right. Detroit Lions, Robert McCurdy with the Jahmyr Gibbs. He wasn't done. Deontay Johnson for the Giants. Maginn. Maginn, you weren't done. You got the 420 credit. Sam Laporta for the Detroit Lions and McCurdy. Anthony Johnson to the Green Bay Packers. Going out to Nick D. Dude, that soundboard I used gave my computer herpes. I'm telling you. It took me, I had to be on the phone with a Vast Tech for like 6 days after I used it. Jalen Hyatt, 420. There you go, Maginn. And Jonathan Mingo. Nice dual relic. Carolina Panthers. Dude, I cannot believe the amount of absolute just railing the Falcons are getting for drafting Penix. Can you imagine getting drafted way ahead of your projection? Way ahead of your projection. Ahead of quarterbacks that were supposed to go ahead of you in the first round, in the top 10, and just hear about how it's the worst pick of the draft. I feel bad for him. I'm not a Penix fan. I don't know enough about him. I don't watch him. The injuries scare me naturally. I don't believe in injury prone. I don't. Multiple ACL tears are kind of like scary just because of the results. But imagine what that guy has to listen to. And man, there could not be anything more motivating than hearing all this shit about how dumb the Falcons are. Breece Hall. Well, how do you guys feel about that? Jaron Ely for the Chiefs. How do you feel about the Penix pick? Kirk Cousins has multiple or has just had an ACL tear. It's not like he's a spring chicken. And I love Cousins. He's made more money in his career than Tom Brady playing football. Not in endorsements and stuff. Pierre Strong, the Cleveland Browns. But I love me some Cousins. I think he's funny. I think he plays a lot of into the hype, and he does his little, gold chain, and he kirks it up, and his wife shops for him at Kohl's department store, and he wears his little plaid button downs. I think he's a vibe. I like him. But he's never done anything. He is, you know who he is? Tyrod Taylor. He's not the same kind of quarterback, but he is that guy. He's just like, does enough to get guys into the playoffs. Look, Tyrod Taylor did it for the Bills. He's played well like before. Maybe that's probably a bad comparison, but that's the closest I could get to the Bills. Like, he's just a dude that just plays well when he plays, but he's never anything special. Geno Smith is a great comparison. That is a great comparison. Tyrod Taylor was a horrible one, but it was like the Bills player I could think of. Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, same dude. Different tracks, right? Jaden Reed for the Green Bay Packers, they're 101. You're absolutely right. That's a good comparison. Rocco, Tyler Van Dyke, Barker, and then Beck we're going to do. But I don't think the Penix is a bad pick. I've said this for a long time. I get tired of this league, and the fan bases too, demanding that when you draft a quarterback, they got to start that year. I mean, dude. Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett, Sam Howell. These are guys that are in the last 2-3 years, and they're not even on their original drafted teams. That's absurd. Give the guys some time to develop. If I were Michael Penix, I'd be excited. I'd be like, all right, cool. I can learn behind one of the guys who knows how to do it. I'll let the Falcons build a team. If I get in, I get in. But I'll let the Falcons start to build a team around me. That goes out to Cincinnati. If I'm a Falcons fan, it's frustrating because, I don't even think it is. Because if you win with Kirk, great. If he sucks, you got Penix right behind him. That's a great situation to be in. And I get it. They have needs. So they didn't take their needs, You know who crushed their needs in the draft? The Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Eagles killed the draft. I think the Bills did too. I do. I'm happy. I've never been happier with the Bills draft. Outside of hindsight, Josh Allen. I mean, the 18 draft, I know people are like, oh, you could have had Mahomes. I don't care. I want Allen. I know that sounds crazy to people, but I do. If the draft happened today and I could pick Mahomes or Allen, I still want Allen. I like him. I like who he is as a person. Houston Texans. I think Mahomes is a better quarterback, talent-wise. I'm not going to sit here and say he's not, but I like Allen more as a player. As he's more fun to watch to me. But yeah, the Eagles killed it in the draft. I think the Cowboys did well too. People are hating on their offseason, but I think the Cowboys did well too. Bears did great. Oh man, I can't believe they got how do you say his name? I watched some tape, like a little footage. Holy shit! I mean, they got the fact they got Caleb Williams and him. That's wild. That Bears offense, outside of the offensive line, that Bears offense, Caleb Williams has no excuse. If he's as good as everyone says he is, and he's as good as he says he is, he has no fucking excuse. There's just no way. That team is set up to win. You know who I feel bad for? Justin Fields. He's got to watch it. And he was right there on the cusp of it. Odunze. Am I saying that right? Odunze. That goes out to the Lions. Carson Beck, last one. You know who I love Keon Coleman. I love his press footage. I still wish we kind of would have gotten Leggett a little bit. Now, you can't understand a word that comes out of his mouth. He's a super country. He's worse than Keon Coleman. But that guy's a specimen. Lions, Detroit. Wow. That's not going to help Slam. I'm glad Slam went to bed. Detroit Lions, Robert McCurdy picking up the 101 and the Beck. We're going to do 2 $5 hitless credits. Yeah, the draft. I know the draft is over. Now the next big thing is the schedule. Super pumped to see the schedule. I think, when does that come out? I'm going to look at that next. Back to back for the Lions. Zach, thank you for your patience tonight. I wish Maginn would have came in and hung out with us. Let's see who gets the credits. And then I'll look up when the NFL schedule comes out. Seattle Seahawks, Miami Dolphins. You got Zach. There you go, Zach. Zach McCarthy and Nick D each with a $5 credit. Schedule release. Based on recent history. First or second week of May. It was released on May 12th and 22 and May 11th and 20. We're like a week away. The Lions, listen, I wish you could bet on it. I think the Lions-Bills is going to be the Thanksgiving primetime game. It's in Detroit, and Slam wants me to go. I'm like, if it's on Thanksgiving, I cannot go. That was 2 years ago. That was the best Thanksgiving. It was the 4 o'clock game, and it was awesome. It had a great ending. It ended with a field goal. The Bills hit it to win, and it was one of the most epic Bills games. But, like, dude, great teams. 2 blue-collar teams. I think it's going to be the primetime 8 o'clock Bills, Detroit in Detroit. I think I'm going to the Houston game, which I'm excited about. I'm anxious to see what the date of that is, because if it's near the end of the season, which I think they might be, that worries me because I won't go do that. But I hope you guys get as excited for it as I will. We'll have a schedule release break for sure and to talk about it. Appreciate you guys very much. One great team. What do you mean, Zach? Something cool like that? Oh, by the way, May 4th, Zach, you brought it up. May 4th, we'll do some Star Wars. Is UFC this Saturday too? If UFC's... Lions are good. Stop it. The Lions are a good team. Jared Goff. Jared, kick the fuck out of here, Jared Goff. I'm glad they're like making him feel good. It's like, I feel like, you know how they show those videos of the kids with like special needs and they let them score a touchdown? That's what it felt like when they were cheering, like chanting Jared Goff at the draft. Like everyone chant his name, Jared Goff. And he's like, he fucking sucks. Why did they do that? That was so weird. It was Amon Ra that did it. And I like him, but like, what was he trying to like get? Motherfucker, you already got your extension. You don't need to kiss ass. You don't get extra money for cheering on Jared Goff. I like the Lions. They're my favorite, probably my favorite NFC team right now. I like Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey. The Lions are cool though. I like Gibbs. I like Amon Ra. I don't like Jared Goff. He's weird there. I love Laporta. I'm hoping Kincaid can pick it up this year, but Laporta was my favorite rookie tight end last year. Luke Musgraves had a nice little stretch too with the Packers, but then he fell off. He got hurt. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I enjoyed the night. I'm going to choke my beer. Appreciate your patience. I really did miss you guys. I wanted to talk a lot of football. We'll get back to it. Peace out, Girl Scouts.